Welcome to the webinar. I'm Randy McLean. For the past 15 years, I've been creating the advanced analytics used to expose and control the dynamics that produce profits. Recently, I've been focused on solutions for the profit erosion that has become endemic in the industry. Looking at industry numbers from 2016 to 2023, we track gross margin rates, which have begun to fall off, and net profit rates, which have collapsed. In fact, they're down 31.8% from 2016. The cause is not a new one, but the end state of an old one, the small order problem. It's grown to consume the bulk of the profitability in the whole industry. Here at Waypoint, we've added several new capabilities so users can directly reveal and then address the problem. With the new tools, targeted action can quickly and permanently restore profit rates. So let's get started. Everyone knows that money-losing small orders have been a chronic problem in distribution for decades. However, escalation in manpower costs, along with the return of high interest rates, is raising the threshold for order profitability. Today, small orders are crushing distributor financial performance. Looking at the whale curve for one distributor, you can see that about $2 million is being made on profitable sales, and then about $1.3 million of that is lost to unprofitable orders. About $500,000 of this is due to money-losing orders from money-losing small accounts. In just this one group, the company is throwing away close to half of the already made profits from other sales. At Waypoint, we've developed some new tools to address this historically intractable problem. Let's look at how profits are being driven down and see what the analysis suggests about the solutions. We know that the majority of money-losing small orders come from money-losing small accounts. Waypoint has an exclusive profit value segmentation capability, grouping customers with different profitability and efficiency profiles. Now you can select any group using the new PV segment control, and all the analytical reports can then be applied to the selected group. Here you can see that the same profit value segments from the high volume accounts analysis are available in the control. Using the radio button, Waypoint can create a comparative P&L split by segment. Scanning the Reg minus column, this is what we can learn about customers in the group. Revenue is just under $1.4 million. Gross profit margin is only 10.9%, not good. NBC operating losses are $344,000. After sales commission, losses are now up to $430,000. This group is really dragging profits down. 2,946 orders represent 21.9% of all orders, yet only 3.2% of total order value. So that's a lot of manpower consumed for little potential. Customers in this group produce losses at a 14.6% rate. The Reg minus group is more than a third of the active customer base. Having such a high proportion will make profitable performance very difficult, as they drive a lot of costs for negligible order value. The heart of the small order problem is that order value doesn't cover its costs, especially at current labor rates. We know from experience that small accounts are most likely to present money-losing orders. We also know that the money-losing small accounts, the Reg minus group, are most certainly presenting the bulk of the money-losing small orders. For confirmation, you can check the new logistics per delivery analysis. This compares average order value to average order logistics cost for each account. Here we've pulled the report for the Reg minus customers. At the left of the report, you can see the total value for each customer's orders. Scrolling across, there are blocks showing, for warehousing, revenue, cost of goods, expenses, and the resulting profit for the warehouse only. For deliveries, delivery charges, costs, expenses, and operating profit for the delivery operations. Logistics totals, revenue, costs, and operating profit for warehousing and delivery combined. And for reference, NBC operating profit for the account as a whole. Yes, they're all losers in the Reg minus group. Scrolling back to the left, once again there's a total order value for the account. The important part is the comparison of the average order value and the average logistics cost. Where logistics exceed order value, they're tinted in red. For example, the Bonnets Brothers account has an average order value of $156.60, well below the $269 average cost for logistics. Even though the sales are at a normally excellent 40.4 margin, this is not a good account. The customer provides over $6,000 in order value, but that's divided into 40 deliveries, making profit impossible. The takeaway here is that consolidating into fewer deliveries would produce a profit and get this customer out of the Reg minus group, a clear win. Another important takeaway is the sheer prevalence of accounts where average order size is simply too low to make money. This has been a growing problem due to cost escalation, where orders that used to be viable no longer cover their costs. This is the reason why profits have eroded and can only be fixed in certain ways, which we'll cover next. So this is what we can see so far. Small orders are more than half the recent profit decline. Reg minus accounts, including most counter sales, drive small orders. Average order value needs to be high enough to cover costs. Delivery count is a major factor, and all of this is highly actionable. Okay, so let's do something about it. First, add margin to the reg minus accounts. Given the low value of the orders, adding 5% is easy and useful. Most of our clients think this is too low, going with 10 or 15%. Second, reduce delivery count using delivery charges to shape behavior. If you have a tradition of free delivery, limit the frequency, like once a week or to orders above a certain threshold value. Getting away from daily deliveries can consolidate delivery costs, as can setting a delivery day when deliveries are free. Be sure to incentivize delivery charges within your team so there's a motivation to drive delivery revenue. There are many other effective tactics you can adopt, and we'd be delighted to brief you. Next, boost the efficiency of your warehouse. Be more frugal with your manpower, enhancing utilization with things like zone picking, area pack stations, product organization, and conveyors to reduce walk time. Change deliveries to a DC to customer model to reduce product touches and optimize manpower utilization. Also adjust product selection to eliminate counting, labeling, and coding for order entry. If you're breaking cartons or bulk packs, it's doubtful that any savings aren't being overwhelmed by the extra handling. The objective is always to handle more product value per man hour. Restructure counter sales to eliminate trade credit, sales commissions, picking costs, and other expenses. As far as possible, make it self-service. To make changes relevant to the Reg Minus segment, you'll need a list. The most expedient way is to start with the customer NBC list. Select Reg Minus from the PV segment control, then the NBC ranking from the customer tab. When your report finishes rendering, click on the Excel button in the upper right corner. The system will create an Excel workbook and save it to your desktop. The report is useful because it has customer numbers as well as a customer name, so you can use this as a base for your work. Because you have Waypoint's advanced analytics, you can do this when others can't. Your competitors do not have profit value segmentation, nor the ability to see individual customer costs or profits. Armed with this information, you can implement these tactics in just a few days, adding hundreds of thousands to your profit line this year. We'd be happy to answer questions to help you get started, so please reach out. Meanwhile, there's time to make a meaningful difference in this fiscal year. Meet on it and get going.